Hello, my name is Andrew Thake from Mines and Money. Delighted to be joined today by Michael Thompson, who's the President and Chief Executive Officer of Kesselrun Resources. Delighted to have you with us today, Michael.
Good to be here, Andrew. Thanks.
Um, Michael, can you tell us a little bit about the company?
Sure. So we're based in Thunder Bay, Ontario. We're predominantly a gold exploration company. We have two 100% owned projects, both with good access. And we're concentrating on our Huronian gold project. It's a former producer, has a historic resource, and it's next door to a major development project, Gold Shore Resources Moss Lake project.
Okay. And what sort of news can potential investors expect to hear from Kesselrun over, say, the next 6 to 18 months?
So over the course of this coming summer, we're going to be doing some boots on the ground work, follow up on a airborne geophysics program that we did in the fall. We've been hard at work, looking at the targeting and going through the data for that. So we're going to get boots on the ground, do some ground truthing, develop the drill targets, and resume drilling in the early fall.
Hmm. And after that, what's your kind of like long-term plan for Kesselrun Resources?
Well, we've been working hard the last couple of years drilling out the Huronian projects, the area around the historic mine, the Huronian gold mine. There's an historic resource of about 500,000 ounces at 14 grams per ton. I stress that is historic, not non 43101 compliant, but we've drilled over 30,000 meters in that area. Trying to see what's there and prove up what's there. So, we'll continue drilling in that area as well as following up on the southern part of the project area, which has the strike extent of the next door neighbor Moss Lake Gold Project.
Mm-hmm. You've obviously mentioned that your projects are in Ontario, and the Ontario government is a frequent province that we've had along to Mines and Money over the last number of years. Can you just talk a little bit about Ontario as a mining jurisdiction?
Ontario is a great place to work. I've been working in Ontario for my close to 30 years. It's got a good base of mining friendly people, experienced workforce, good infrastructure. They've been upgrading the electrical grid, putting billions and billions of dollars into the upgrade of the electrical grid here in Northern Ontario, specifically to support the development of mines. So very pro mining government. No matter what political group party is in power, they've always been very pro mining.
Mm-hmm. So we've been learned a little bit about Kesselrun and its deposits and obviously where you're doing your exploration work. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your management team? What's your background?
I'm a geologist. I'm a professional geologist here and qualified in Ontario. Worked for Tech Resources many years ago, Placer Dome. And then I am founding partner of a consulting company where we're based here in Thunder Bay. It's got about 50 staff running projects for various companies, and it's a great support for Kesselrun itself and in allowing us to do, I always say, punch above our weight class, essentially. And part of that, picking up the Huronian project, that was, a very good acquisition back in 2016. So, and then, the team is made up of John DaCosta and Giannis Selena. John's my CFO. I've worked with him for close to 20 years. Yana as well. They're based out of Vancouver. And then the team's rounded out by Rodney Stevens, who's VP Corporate Development, that joined us a couple of years ago, sort of helping us out on the financial markets end. And then Catlin Jeffs, who's a geologist based in Chile, doing IOCG in the Chilean Coastal Cordillera.
Mm-hmm. And who are your key shareholders?
Well, big shareholders are management,
Mm-hmm.
We own close to 10%. There's a few institutional shareholders as well. 1832 Asset Management, Cyprus. There's quite a few institutional shareholders, and then sort of I call them high net worth investors, friends and family, sort of people that have been in our circle, that have funded projects within our group for many years.
Mm-hmm. And what are your ESG credentials?
Our ESG credentials? Well, I mean, I'll be brutally honest. We take it very seriously, but we don't wear it on our sleeves, so to speak. We've always taken it very seriously. Health and safety, environmental. We explore in a very conscientious manner. This is my backyard. This is where I work and play and live. So we take it very seriously. We have been big supporters of First Nations. I have First Nations on staff. We conduct business with First Nations and collaborate and communicate with them as well. And we have two directors. Part of the board of directors are female. So not because they're female, just because they were the most qualified. That's the way I view things. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And one final question. We interview a lot of great gold exploration companies on Mines and Money TV. What makes you sort of stand out from your peers?
Well, I think the quality of the projects is number one. To step back and go back to the consulting company, we've got a great team of geos that are always, evaluating projects. My background, with Placer Dome was in the evaluations and generative team, in part. So as part of that, as part of the consulting company, keeping tabs on what's going on from a client base and potential client bases also helps us evaluate projects. It's a good base in that. So the projects are 100% owned. They've got excellent geology and close to infrastructure. That's number one. Low exploration costs equals low development costs, more money in the shareholder's pocket. That's my philosophy. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming on to Mines and Money TV today. We really do wish you all the best for the remainder of 2023 and look forward to seeing you again soon. That was Great. Michael Thompson, President and CEO of Kesselrun Resources, brought to you by Mines and Money in association with Red Cloud. Thank you for your time, Michael.
Thank you.